The new Guild Wars 2 add-on Reffect is taking Guild Wars 2 by storm by making us be able to see our boons wherever we want, as well as effects, traits, buffs, and even raid mechanics. And in this video, I'm going to show you my pack that I just made in order to get all these things in one little site, and also how you can get more as well, so you don't have to do it. Subscribe to the channel for more content of this. Go to my coffee if you want to support me, and let's get into it. So, first, guys, let's talk about the actual add-on. If you want to see the entirety of the details of this add-on, go to the video in the description down below. I'll leave it there, so you can see how to install it, how it works, and what is it. But essentially, you have this little add-on in Nexus here that makes you be able to put random effects, well, not random effects, any type of effect that affects your character into somewhere else. For example, in here, I have all the boons ready right now, big as well, so I can tell the duration of them, where they stand, and that way I don't have to look at the little bar right here. What I really wanted to do with this pack is give you one pack with every one of the traits, every one of the boons, every one of the effects, and some other things as well that I found interesting. So, not only you can, have a good way to get everything that this add-on offers, but also the fact that you can just use it to start creating your own packs in the way that you so want. You can move all the pieces around, you can change the icons, you can get more traits in, get less traits in, get more boons in, well, not more boons in, get some boons out, stuff like that. So let's get into what it does and how I did it. Now, what I did on this pack is that I divided it in 4 parts. Boons, as you can see here, that are also divided into different groups as they are offensive, defensive, and situational. As you can see here, defensive boons, quickness boon, offensive boons and situational boons. We also have relics that actually can be tracked by this, that you want to track, like fireworks or thief. And you also have traits like soul barbs, attacker's insight for warrior, and so on for each one of the classes. And you also have a little buff here for experience in case you want to farm. And for me, it's very, very useful, so I can keep track of all of my buffs. Right? And of course, you can move them around, and you can see how you can actually do this yourself and add your own things in the video in the description down below, what I did yesterday. You can also, you can just move them around. You can move the position of each of them here, right? Your X position Y or whatever. You can make it appear, for example, you can make each of these effects appear in different situations, like in combat, out of combat, in this profession, in this position, in this map, blah, 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 blah. You can make it animate, it starts pulsing when it doesn't exist or when it exists. You can also make it so it shows when the buff is absent or when it's present. You can change the icons. You can do so many things. And as I said before, you can check that in the video that we did yesterday as well. So for example, if I go here and adjust self and put all my boons, you're gonna see they're gonna start. Oh, actually, I don't have it set up, so I have it set up so it only shows on combat, so my things don't, I don't have them all the time in my screen because I don't want it to be too much, right? But you can see that if I spawn a golem and I attack him, boom, it's gonna tell me the boons that I have, as well as certain traits. For example, in this case, I have the trait Unleash Power that tells me that I can actually do my Unleash ability on Untamed, and I can just boop, go back, and use it, and it'll disappear because I already can use it, right? And this way, and I apply this for every spec as well, every class. So in case there's certain traits that you want to take care of, you want to track off, and you don't want to look at a little place here, you can actually do it in your wherever you want. You can move it around as well, and you can see it right here. So I made a little bit of different things, right? I made in my pack, I made the effects, which essentially every trait on each of the specs that kind of wants to get triggered. For example, on warrior, I have attacker's insight, the one that you want to use your CC on your enemy to get more attacks. Burst as fire for gunblade, for bladestone. And Guardian, Inspiring Virtue, so I can track it so it's always up. Big Game Hunter as well for Drown Hunter. Breven, Burst of Strength. Leviathan Strength for Vindicator. Ranger, Unleash Power, as we previously said. Thief, this one's honestly not that big of a deal. Weakling Strike, I'm never sure if I'm gonna keep it there, but I'm just gonna leave it there because maybe you guys need it. And Bounding Dodger is actually the incorrect size. For Daredevil, so I can permanently have dodges and have my buff for dodge. Engineer, the biggest one here is Mechanical Genius, and that's the trait that whenever you have your mech away from you, it'll disappear. So I have it set up so if it disappears, if I don't have Mechanical Genius, if I'm too far away from a mech, it'll appear here and it'll tell me, hey, you need to go back to your mech. Elementalist, I have elements of empowerment, weave self, and elements of rage to keep track of them as well. And on Mesmer, I have Deadly Blades and Necromancer Soul Barbs. And obviously, you can put whichever trait you want. I explained in the other video how to actually go about it, but this is the ones that I decided to put in. If you have any other suggestions of things I should add to my pack that you can download, of course, in the description, you can definitely tell me. I also set up all the boons here, all the offensive, defensive, and situational. I have them in different places. These are the defensive ones. These are the situational ones. You know, ages, stability, vigor, swiftness, and all the offensive ones. I also set it up so in offensive, my offensive buffs, quickness and alacrity will only show when they're missing. So it tells me, hey, quickness is missing or alacrity is missing. Careful, you know, you're dropping it, right? But I only have it set up on the specs that actually provide it. So for quickness, I have it only on the specs that provide quickness, and in alacrity, I have only the ones that provide alacrity. And that way, you know, if you're paying one of those specs and you're going for for the boon provider, you will actually tell, hey, I'm dropping quickness, I'm dropping alacrity. We need to, you know, I need to focus on that, maybe get some more boon duration, I don't know, whatever, in order to get it going, right? And of course, situational, having stability, having ages is pretty useful to have it close to you, so you can actually decide what to do depending on whether you have it or not. You can also, because it is a lot of things in the screen, you can disable a few of them. For example, I don't really care about Might and Fury, because most likely you will have it. So you can, if you don't want to see it, you can just make the opacity, boop, a bit lower, so you can just, you know, blast, right? And you can customize it the way you want. You, of course, also can move the groups around. If you want to move it to the right, to the left, whatever you want, you can just do it. And that way, it looks good for you, right? I also made buffs as well. This one is personally just for experience buffs, because I really care about experience. As you can see here, I have all the experience buffs right here that I want to have in my character, as well as the protocols as well from EOD. And you can see that they're right here. Actually, let's move them a bit bigger, because my thing is kind of blocking it. But if I move it a bit to the top, you can see that it's pulsing, because I made an animation here, pulse, that I don't have these buffs. I have them set up so they will pulse and show me the buff that I'm missing each time, so I can just go and get all of them, and that way, you know, I can blast every type of content with all the buffs, of course. There's also another pack here, Magic Find and Reward Boosters, that you can use in order to get all the modifiers for PvP, for War vs. World, and of course also for Magic Find in PvE. Then I'll talk about it and I'll tell you how to look at it, that you can use. I personally don't really care about that, but you can definitely use that instead. I also have relics and all the ones that I could actually track. You can see Fireworks, Thief, Deadeye, Norris, Daredevil, and Weaver. This all can be tracked very easily because it gives you a buff. There's a few of them that I wanted to track as well, but sadly I could not actually do it because the game just doesn't let you. And of course, this add-on can only show you things that you can see in your bar, so if it's not showing it, it won't. And of course, it's pretty nice to have, for example, Fireworks, Thief, all of these ones, because you want to have them most likely 100% of the time. So if you one of these ones are not present, it will disappear, and you'll see that, hey, you know, we need to get that back. And of course, you can also see the duration slowly going down. That way, you can prepare to, oh my god, my buff is gonna drop. I'm gonna have to use this ability in order to trigger it. And that's my pack. I has almost everything, of course, everything that I considered important. And of course, if you think there's anything else that I'm missing here, you can definitely do it. I also set it up so all of the, you know, effects, the traits are only applicable in each of the classes. I have filters on each of them. For example, the warrior ones only apply to warrior and everything, and you can customize it as however you want if you don't like something I did. But at least the good thing is that because it's very, very annoying to set this up, because you have to go into the wiki, get the effect ID, as I talked in the previous video, and get the file or the link of the file for the icon as well, and do this for every one of the traits. Hopefully this will make it so it's a bit easier for you guys to, you know, just don't skip that part, just go in here and customize it as you want. Now, if you indeed want to put whichever boon or effect you want, what you can do, and I just move my camera here. Well, usually you would just put, go into the wiki. Let's say that I want to get this specific effect. Unleashed power. Guild Wars 2. You can just go here and you can see that you have a little you can hover over this little effect there, this little code, and it'll tell you the code that you have to put inside of the actual Nexus, right? For example, if you go here, add-on create, I'm just gonna create a random one in my pack just to demonstrate. Create icon. You're gonna have to put a little, you have to put a little thing in here. You have to put the effect, the code, the effect ID. But what you can do instead, if you are actually not finding it inside of the wiki, what you can do is go /wiki in the chat, then hover over the thing that you want to track, shift, left click, unleashed, and it will open instantly the thing that you need, and you can just check the number. And yes, you can see actually the thing that I actually try and get was the wrong one, no, actually it was Unleashed Power. Okay, my bad. I was going for here. Let's see if it was actually the correct one. Unleashed Power. And it was actually, no, it was actually a different one as well. So that's why you want to use it this way, because sometimes the effect of the power is different than the actual trait. As you can see, both numbers are different. So yeah, there you go. Of course, in order to actually get this pack and any of them as well, and actually let's demonstrate this perfectly on one that I don't have, but I want to have. So if you go to the actual Discord raid core, you can see that there's a Reffect packs thread right here where people post their packs. I'm gonna post mine very soon, and you can choose whichever you want. And I'm gonna go through a few of them so you guys can have an idea on the best ones that I think they're very good. But specifically, I haven't get the Instance PV Aura pack, so I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna download this thing. Where is it? Where's it? Oh, there it is. I'm stupid. There's the pack. I'm just gonna download it. Boop. I'm gonna get it in here in the download, and you can see that I already have this already in my in the access on Windows. But you can actually go in here and do it this way as well. You can go here and go open folder into your options, and it'll show you the icons. These are where the icons images are, if you want to save them, and the packs. And in this case, I'm just going to go here and put the packs file here, and then I'm going to go here and go reload packs. And then you can see that we can have the PV instance auras as well. And you're going to see that they're right there. And I don't want them to be there, so I'm just going to move it up so we don't have that issue. Because I don't want them to be close to my character. I'm just going to put it close to the boss, usually. Let me just get the target here so we can have them a bit to the left side. And these are very good, very good add-on, because it will tell you all of different mechanics from the actual raids and strikes, which I think is super cool. Now, for some reason, some of them are loading. They shouldn't, because they have the URL, but sometimes that happens. If that happens, just reload the game. It most likely will be fine. And you can do this with any of the other ones, right? So if you actually need the icons, you're gonna have to bring the icons in. Actually, let's delete this because it's actually incorrect. There you go. You're gonna have to, for example, that zipline that I just deleted, you wanna, extract it here. Boop. And extract it. You're gonna get all of those beautiful icons right here, as you can see. You're gonna copy paste them, go back to Reffect, go to the icons file, folder, and then copy them here. And replace the file. Well, in this case, I already have them, so I would have to replace them. But then, it'll be detected instantly. Of course, if it doesn't, you can always just go into the Guild Wars 2 file, into the Guild Wars 2 Nexus options, and in the one that is not, for some reason, working, you can just go in here. For example, let's say this one, right? And you can go select and check the one that you actually need, right? Most likely it won't happen, so it doesn't matter. And now, let's talk about some other of the beautiful add-ons that we have that people have been doing, the packs. We have the Boons pack, as you can see. This is essentially what I did. This gamer did it before me. I should have just joined this from him, but I did it manually myself. But you can see that they essentially put everything in here, every boon, and you can just use it by yourself, of course, instead of, if you don't want mine. This one is a Necromancer one. I'm not really that much of a fan of this one because, well, it does tell you very important parts of the Necromancer rotation and traits, but I'm not really sure why you would, for example, need a signet there, because you can just see it in the bottom of the screen anyways. The traits are very useful though. I would definitely, you can definitely use this, and I'm pretty sure that this guy is going to be doing this for every one of the classes, so you can, if you like what he's doing, you can definitely get this ones for sure. Also, this one is very nice as well. This is a pack that tells you when you're hidden or detected. So if you're playing something like Thief, and you can actually, and I actually set this up so it only shows when I'm on Thief, it'll tell you if you have gone in stealth, so it will tell you you're hidden, and then once you are revealed, or you reveal yourself, it will say detected, and it will last for as long as the detected happens, right? Continuous split duration, super useful as well. You can see continuous split doesn't really have this bar usually, right there, but now it will, which is super cool. So now if you install this, whenever you use continuous split, it will show you the duration of the continuous split on the bottom of the ability. Instance Aura PvE pack, we already talked about this one. It will essentially tell you each of the mechanics, well, not each of the mechanics, but a lot of the mechanics that will, buffs or debuffs that the buffs will apply to you will appear on your screen very easily to see, which is super cool. Static boon bar, this one is a very cool one actually as well. You can see in the video. It's essentially a normal boon bar, as you can see here, but it's just static. It will not move around, and it will lighten up, I guess, each of the boons once they appear, which is super cool, and give you the seconds how much seconds it's gonna take for them to disappear, which is super useful. And also the magic find and reward boosters that I talked about before. I think it's actually pretty cool to keep in mind on every one of the buffs you should have yourself. So I think it's very cool. And the last one that I think is very good, and probably my favorite one, is the weapon mechanic one. Because this one will show you very interesting mechanics that each of your classes have. And I'm sure this is going to get updated from time to time, because right now it's only Elementalist, Necro, Thief, and Ranger. But there's certain mechanics that will be shown to you in different ways. Actually, maybe this is not the best one to show. This is essentially a little orb that you have for Mace Ranger. But let's move to something like, what could it be? I think. Oh yeah, let's go for Elementalist. That is perfect actually. Elementalist, as you can see, as you know, has pistols, and pistols are bullets are kind of hard to track on. You use one of them, and it's gonna give you a little bit of a stat of a buff that tells you, hey, you have a bullet, but that's about it. And then you want to spend the bullet. It's kind of hard to keep track of. You usually just don't care and you just do the rotation normally. But because of these little orbs that this add-on has given us, look at this. You can just press 2, boop, it'll light up. Hey, I have a bullet, and now I'm gonna spend it. Boom, I no longer have the bullets. And I can just keep doing this over and over, which is super useful, and it makes it super nice to play around. And I'm sure that this will, apply to other classes as well. And it will start making it way better for everyone. But that is kind of what we have. And I'm really excited for it. I'm really happy with it. And you can, you can download all the ones that I told you about. I'll link in the description. I'll leave a link in the description or the Discord where you can see all of this, all of these beautiful add-ons, and I'll leave my pack as well in the description so you can download it if you so enjoy it. The biggest thing about my add-on, I guess, is that it has all the traits that seemed interesting to me, at least, and all the relics, so you can customize it as much as you want. That is the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason why I want to do this one, and very soon, so you guys can experiment in the way that you like. Regardless, remember to, of course, support the developers that did this, of course. Hopefully the actual Reffect developer gets some Patreon or Ko-Fi or something, so we can give him some money, because he really did a lot of great job here. Regardless, you can still follow Nexus. You can donate to them as well, and you can so they can keep working on their beautiful add-on loader. And also, you can go to the Discord to hang out there and talk about ideas that you want add-ons to be as well. And of course, you can also support me. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support me and what I do. Go to my Twitch to watch me live. And you can ask any questions of anything you guys need. But there you go. Subscribe to the channel for more content. See you around. Love you all. Bye.